Hi, it's Gwen Fox, and welcome to the channel. We're so happy to have you. Now, today I want to talk about a question that artists are asking me about, and I figured if a lot of artists are asking me, then it's also what you are wanting to know too. And the question is, why should I keep painting? Because I know there are times that you ask yourself why you should continue to paint as you watch your paintings pile up in the corner, under the bed, in the garage, and God knows where else. Many things can cause an artist to question the reason for creating, but there's one reason that's not often talked about, and it's that creative souls, you and I, have a heightened sense of what's going on in the world, the energy, and the energy around them. And this heightened sensitivity can serve your art well, don't get me wrong, but you have to be careful because it can also drag you down. Now, I'm sure that since you've started painting, I have no idea how many years, but I'm sure you've seen how much you've grown. And I'm sure there are times when you've witnessed that wonderful creative flow state that you are amazed because the painting seems to paint itself. And this is when you realize that you've gone beyond what you expected you could do, beyond what you thought you couldn't obtain, beyond the gimmicky, beyond the social media artist and all of the other bright, shiny objects that continue to be a temptation. However, with all of this, there are times I'm sure that you are tempted to put your hopes, your dreams, and your fears in a plain vanilla box and put it on the top shelf in an imaginary closet. The need to sell your work gives you permission to create more, and that keeps you excited. It also validates what you create has value. But sometimes you forget that what you create, you leave a lot of yourself on that canvas and that paper. And then you forget that that's one of the reasons that the buyer purchases that painting, is because of the energy in that painting. Now, as you watch your paintings pile up, you forget also your artistic why. Why do you do this insane thing called creativity? Why do you put your creative soul out there for others to judge? Why do you do this over and over without anyone understanding your need to put ideas, thoughts, color, and marks on canvas or paper? When you doubt yourself, you start to think what you create is not good enough, as no one is purchasing. This puts the level of fear in you that pretty much goes deep into your heart. And this feeling and this fear is real, very real. The idea of whether or not you have talent, it doesn't even come into the picture because at this point you're just tired, you're exhausted, and you're empty. Now, the Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Carl Jung believed that the first half of our lives involves the outer world, chasing our careers, our identities, and our family. But the second half is a time to turn inward, to find meaning and a spiritual substance. And this is where you are now, going deeper within you, to find that creativity that is you and only you. That creativity that's different, that gives meaning to you and your life. The big question that looms in your mind and heart is this: do you go forward? Do you continue to create and wonder all the time if it's going to be worth it? Do you do this? But here's what I think. Go into your studio and begin the journey again on new pieces. Play more. Do more exploration. More going deep within you. And I'm going to ask you this. Do not just produce more paintings, but love each painting you create. Now, will your paintings sell? Maybe, maybe not. But that isn't the issue. The issue is that you were in the studio creating and you felt alive. You were full and you were in your element. And at the end of the day, if you created something that you love, congratulations. But if you decided to wipe off that painting because it was a total disaster, congratulations. You don't want to be just in the process of making a painting. You want to be in the process of creating. And then let the end results be what they will be. That's the key. So here's the skinny. What you are doing when you create is this. You are creating a painting that offers the viewer a new world to love. Guess what? You have a gift that others admire. They wish they had. And they save up their hard-earned money to have that energy, your energy, in their home. I ask you, what could be better than that? Now, there isn't a clear answer as to what you were feeling, but this I will tell you for sure. You will get over this crisis because creating is in your soul. It is why you're here on this earth. But what you don't realize is that you and your art become a catalyst not only for your growth, but those in your realm of influence. You guess what? You give others permission to be courageous, to step into their own creativity. You give others a reason to be who they are. And you know what? I bet you don't even realize you are this powerful. Now, considering that the future beckons, here's what I want you to do. I want you to accept and welcome the genius that you are, the artistic genius, because everybody else realizes you're this genius. So why not you? These are the things that we're going to cover in the coaching group that I'm starting the 14th of this month. If you're interested, it's a small group. If you're interested, click the link below. I love you. Bye.